Right, so basically what we're going to talk about in today's video, I mean, if you don't know what's going on, I'm kind of concerned because if you're part of the FIFA scene, you obviously know what's going on in terms of the boycotting and shit like that. And to be honest, the way I'm just talking about this now is just straight through the head. I've not really got much prepared and shit like that, but I thought obviously I'm going to speak with what's on my mind about the game and the boycotting, the community, the way how the community is going with it and stuff like that. And yeah, so obviously, if you guys aren't aware, EA made yet another mistake. By the time of this recording, it's literally this day last week, where they messed up Champs Rewards and they released an Mbappe and the Dembele and whoever else, if there was any, more commonly in red picks, basically, which I didn't play Champs during that Friday night for the first time, because I normally would play that during team of the season, but I didn't that time because I think it was like out or whatever. Shock, I know. But they obviously messed up with it, and obviously then they fixed it. Obviously because it's actually helping the community, benefiting them, of course, and they patched it or whatever after I think a couple of hours, like 3 to 4 hours, perhaps. That was a voice crack right there, nice one. But anyways, yeah, so obviously that happened, and then the community went a bit ballistic with it because obviously when there's something that's wrong with the game, they take forever to actually fix the issue. Whether it's compensation, obviously I get the compensation sort of thing, but obviously it does seem like they do take a bit longer than usual than they should be in terms of that. Also with the bugs and everything like that, they do take a lot longer to actually fix them. But when it comes to actually benefiting the community, they obviously want to change that very quickly. So obviously the community got really annoyed by it, and then as everyone mentions it, Nick from the fun market, he's the one that kind of led to what it is now, the boycotting sort of thing. It's not like I mean, it is sort of a massive thing at this current minute in terms of FIFA. And obviously don't get me wrong, it's just a video game at the end of the day. I get that. I know someone's going to probably say that, but obviously I play this game like every day, or at least every time I stream I always play this game. So this is kind of like my thing for it. I don't know if that made any sense, but you know what I'm trying to say. I kind of like this is the game I try and make content out of, and obviously if the game's terrible, which it is to be fair, obviously it's not the most idealist of things, and that goes towards other content creators in this scene as well, because a lot of people are fed up with it, and obviously I am too. I'm long gone when it comes to being fed up with the game, to be honest with you. I was more passionate in terms of like what I wanted this game to like try and change to a different direction, stuff like that, but obviously I've kind of given up on that idea because from what I understand, EA doesn't really care about it that much, and it's just gone worse and worse and worse each year. I think the last proper good FIFA game, in my opinion, was FIFA 21. I would say I think 22, 23, it just wasn't ideal. 23 was awful, to be honest, and FC 24, I was really looking forward to it. Obviously EA is going to be EA's own game, really, not FIFA anymore. There's a few aspects. Obviously there's a nice things too. I think the menus are pretty nice layout, but there it is buggy though. Even I think at this stage there's some still bugs with it, and we're in May and it's been like there since like the start of the game, as far as I know. Gameplay, yeah, we can go through each individuals for it, but that's basically what happened with the boycott thing. That's how it kind of started off with it, and then obviously afterwards it really just kind of went there, really. So obviously, so yeah, that's towards anyone that didn't really know much about it. Obviously my opinion on it, I think there needs to be something changed about the game. Obviously there's no surprise about that. I mean, people are losing interest as days goes on. I mean, like, it seems like every single day there's always something that we lose a person in the community, or you get people saying, oh, I've given up, like in my chat, they'll say like, I've just stopped playing FIFA, they don't care anymore. I'd see from my chat, I see from Twitter, I see from wherever else, really, with that. And obviously it's not ideal, because obviously the more people that play the game, the better, of course. But it's hard to do that when it comes to how the game is. And I'd be the one to say as well, if I wasn't a streamer, if I wasn't a content creator, I'd use my time elsewhere. I wouldn't really be on this game. I'd probably be doing other things and whatever else. I mean, like, I've taken sacrifice in terms of what I'm doing now to what I do in real life, basically, day by day. But obviously that is what I've decided to do, and obviously I want to trying to make something out of this, obviously be full-time and all that. That's really what I really want to get into, and it's obviously not gonna be easy, I understand that, but anyways, I'm going to a different path here altogether. So basically, a lot of people, I mean, Nick from the Phone Market tried and get people to, like, well, not like individually speak to them or whatever, but he tried to, like, get a movement going where people just, like, stop producing content on the game. And let's be honest, that's gonna be near enough impossible. I mean, it'll have to be something absolutely major, and like even then, like I'm just not sure that's gonna ever happen, where people decide to stop making content on the game, try to do something different, whether it's like football content or maybe a different game in general, like you know what I mean. Until we get, you know, UFL or I can't remember the other football game that's meant to come out, but them two, I don't know when they're actually going to come out. It feels like they're getting delayed every single time, so I don't know at this point. As long as the game comes out as a finished product, which obviously we've hadn't had that from EA for a good while now, that's the most important thing. But yeah, I don't know when we're going to get that, to be honest, and until then, no one's going to stop making content on this game, let's be honest. I mean, like, obviously people will, like, give up on the content creation on this game, I understand that, but as a whole, trying to get a movement to do that, it's not going to work. And then obviously then it's gone to a different movement sort of thing, where we're now stopping buying FIFA points, which I am backing. I've spent too much on this game this year, by far, comparing to other FIFAs. I think from what I've spent on this game combined to every other FIFA title, I would say I've spent more combined to the other ones, and that's crazy to say that, but at the same time, the reason I've done that is because I've been sucked in from EA, and that's something I obviously am guilty of, and there's a lot, there are thousands, millions probably even, that's actually guilty of that too, that we are not even aware of. And obviously we don't even know the stories of, like, how people might have got that fucked up, like their family situation might have gone a lot worse because of, you know, someone being an addict and buying viewpoints, for example. Like, as crazy that might sound to maybe some people, that's the reality of it. And obviously people would end up, you know, using their mom's card or whatever, and it could get really serious with that shit. And obviously, will EA care? Simple answer, no. They've obviously put the, you know, they have done some things with it, like the limit thing for it, and then obviously in recent years they put the probability for the packs, but from what I could probably see it as, it's something they were forced to do anyways, to stop the, you know, the gambling sort of thing, and try to keep the game PEGI 3 or whatever it is now, to be honest, this stage. I think they had to do that. So even then, like, you know, I just don't think they give us a single flying care about the people that might have struggled because of the addiction of buying FIFA points, which, if I'm being honest, as a cruel thing for it to be the case, it does not surprise me, because it is EA. And obviously that's a very, you know, big thing to say, like, to say that I'm not surprised by it, but to be honest, like, you cannot be surprised, can you? That's the thing with that. So yeah, that happened with the movement, and I'm in support of it. I'm not gonna buy any more FIFA points, to be honest. I mean, in terms of giveaways, I'm just gonna strictly do as gift cards. I've always done as gift cards, to be honest now, but if you're watching this and you have won a giveaway, or you in the future will win a giveaway and I give you the gift card, use on something different. I don't care if it's like a different game or whatever it is you want to use it on, but try to use something that's not on FIFA, which I know that's gonna be hard because obviously you get the money added to your PSN account, Xbox account, whatever it is, and you watch FIFA because that's what I play, and that's probably the only game you might play. And obviously then you'd be hard to really pick a different game. But if there is a chance that you do play a different game and it actually does benefit you, and not actually make it as a gambling sort of thing where you are in the risk of maybe getting something that you don't want, then obviously by all means do not do that. Or maybe just use it on fucking, I don't know, evolutions or something. Just don't go don't go for a pack, because then you might get something good out of it, and then obviously it leads to like wanting to buy more points, and then obviously you know how it goes afterwards with the addiction. So yeah, but yeah, basically, if you're wondering, I'm not going to put any more points in this game. I will obviously make content, because that is what I do. And obviously I want to make it full time, which I know this game, how it is, it's going to be basically near enough impossible for that. But if I can make this full time, obviously that would be ideal. Obviously one thing I will say, I don't really back the way how people do treat other streamers in terms of like, oh, why are you buying points? Oh, why are you playing this game? Oh, why are you streaming? Why are you making content out of it? Why are you know what I mean? One thing I will have to address on that is, it's the people's money. If they want to buy points, if you want to buy points, that's up to you. I've been recommending people for a long time before this, you know, boycotting thing began, where I said to people, I don't what's the word? I don't the word persuade's coming in my head now, but it's not persuade. I don't Wow, my head's really blanking me here now. I don't advise, that's the word I was looking for. I don't advise you to buy points for this certain pack or that pack, or in general. I never advise it, because at the end of the day, it's a risk. And to be honest, if I'm being honest now, I mean, I buy points that I have throughout FC24, and obviously I would say probably 90% of times I've been shafted. Probably 95% of times I've been shafted from it, to be honest now. Literally the rare occasion, I'd guess I'm actually pretty good. But obviously it's gone crazy. Past years we wouldn't have something like this. FIFA 23, it was picking up from there. I think from Black Friday onwards it did start picking up a bit. But obviously this game has just gone to another level of it, and it's the way how it's gone, and the year it's gone by so quick as well, to be honest with you. I can't lie to you, but the way how it's gone so quickly, and how many store packs they've actually released. And if you just pause the video for a second, or just watch whatever, and you just want to check the store right now and see how many packs there is. I looked at it earlier in the stream today, and I was on the game for 2 days, by the way, so I just went onto it, and it's ridiculous. It's actually mad. I don't mind buying store packs if it's through coins. I'm not giving this company any more of my money with the way how they've done me dirty with the pack look, and the way how they want to tempt people. I mean, packs for you earlier this year was added into the store section. That's when I seen on Twitter, I was pissed. I was at work. I went to use the toilet or whatever. I pulled up my phone, look on Twitter, and I see that, and I was like, bloody hell, man, that's ridiculous, bro. But anyways, yeah, I don't recommend it. Don't buy points. And again, if you see someone there that's buying points, again, I don't advise you to. I don't recommend it, but that's your money. If you want to do that, you go ahead, but I don't recommend it one bit, to be honest with you. And the thing is, though, obviously, okay, the big streamers, the content creators, whatever it is, yeah, obviously are going to try to avoid buying points. I get that. Will it make an effect? I don't know. Because at the same time, how long is this boycotting thing going to go on for, right? If it can go on for months, and if it still is an issue, years, then I'm all for it. And I'm still not gonna buy points, even the boycotts thing, by the way. I want to be very, very clear with that, because I'm gonna try to do trading with it, with the coins, and go from there really with it. But in terms of just trying to like have a good image of how this is gonna turn out, I really can't see EA being pressured to actually make a change with this. FC25 would probably be the perfect opportunity for EA to do something to make money. Obviously, before the game comes out, we'll obviously have the hype for it, the trailers, or whatever else, okay? If you even call it hype for some people, right? Because obviously they've kind of just given up on that sort of thing. And obviously then they will make some things about saying some certain things, whatever, to get people excited. And it happened to FC24. I remember very well, a lot of people were so excited by this game, by the way, because they know how to promote it. They know how to do it. And then when the game does come out, and they're releasing store packs, it's gonna go again. I think it's gonna go again where people start buying the packs again in the store and all that, because EA see how much money they made this year. They have made so much money. I don't know what it is, but it's so, you don't even have to look at it. It's so obvious they've made so much money out of this game this year, bro. And it's literally just through what is being purchased in the game, not the sales. I think in terms of like people actually playing the game, that's probably gone down, I would imagine, because I'm presuming it's gone down every year. Like every year it's going lower and lower and lower. And I think this year's probably at lowest, to be honest now. And then you obviously get what was I saying? Yeah, in terms of like buying points, it's definitely something that's there, and people will say, oh, they released this pack, looks tempting, fuck it, I'll whack on 3k points or whatever. And the amount of times I spend like 30 quid, 40 quid, 20 quid, it's ridiculous, man. It's actually ridiculous what I've done to myself. And I look back on it, and I don't get wrong, it's for content. Have I made money back from it? Absolutely not. I have not in any way. And in some way I tried to like buy them points and use them for the packs to try to like in some way try to tell you lot to not actually do it, because I keep on getting shafted. I kid you not, every single time I'd be opening the store pack, 95% of times I always get shafted from it. So at one stage I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this. I actually like try to show you lot to actually not do it, because it's just not worth it, bro. It's not. It really isn't, bro, because the new game will be out in a couple of months time from now anyways. And yeah, so that's really what I would say for that. I just hope it goes on for long, this boycott thing. If people give up and they say, wow, whatever, then it is what it is. But honestly, I do believe there is a chance that this could go on for long, because at the same time, EA, what they could just do is simply force people, which would be fucking ridiculous, by the way, but it's EA. You just never know what they could do. They could stop posting content on SBCs. So that's like, when I say content, I'm talking about like the bare minimum. I'm talking about like player SBCs I'll probably put there, but like icon picks or 83 times 10s or anything that's like, you know, classified as a pack or pick. They could just easily stop that, and then they just shift your focus onto the store to force people, because if they see a boycotting thing that's actually making a difference, that's what they could just do. It's in their hands at the end of the day. And obviously 10 years ago this company, I think, actually did care about this game, but they don't anymore. They put all their effort into the store. I mean, you tell me the last time they released an SBC that's actually unique, something we've never seen before. And don't get me wrong, we've had SBC since FIFA 17, so obviously 7 years from now you could say, oh, it's hard to be so creative after 7 years. I get that. They're $1 billion company. I'm sure they can get some people to try and change something in terms of content SBCs, because this game has been copy and paste, recycled every goddamn week, bro. And I've done the 6 p.m. content every single day. That's a lie. Not every single day. And there's a reason for that, because I cannot give two shits sometimes about this game, bro. I love streaming, don't get me wrong. And yes, sometimes I actually am busy, or I actually want to focus on doing something different, or just take my mind off some things as well too, by just going to the gym or editing or whatever else it is, to be honest now. But I've streamed this game for the majority of the days, and the amount of times I see the same stuff over and over, a player's PC, that's not even, that could be just, I think most times overpriced anyways, to be honest now. Not even great value. I don't remember an SBC that's actually really, really good value. Like, I remember last year we had like a Chiellini SBC, right? Or a Fekir SBC a few years ago. But I have not seen an SBC like that in a long time. I think in my team from what I think anyways, there's no player SBCs out there. And it's sad, because obviously I would like this game to actually be creative with some of the SBC concepts, or SBC content rather, sorry, and go from there. But unfortunately, they've put all their focus on one certain thing, and that's the store. Ultimate Team has barely changed. Foot Champs has barely changed. They update the rewards every so often this year. I think if I had to guess, I probably update like 4 or 5 times, I'd say. in the foot champ, sorry, division rivals was updated probably 2 or 3 times because of team of season, and then well, that's really it. Maybe they changed maybe they update some point in the year that I might have missed. I don't know. But that's that. Squad battles, same thing. They only update that for team of the season. So, and I mean, friendlies has obviously not been changed. I mean, I don't see them changing that. Moments, they literally have not given a shit about that game mode. Objectives, it's the same stuff every single time. They have changed the thing where they have the foot champs objective, which is nice. Obviously, evolutions is there too, which is nice too. But we never had evolutions this game, bro. Oh god, bro. I don't play evolutions myself now. I'll be honest. I don't really play it. But obviously there's people that do it and they find enjoyment because actually it gets to improve like their favorite players. And that's great. That's been something that was in demand for such a long time. And it's great they did that. But they did it at a time where none of the game modes are basically touched. And they've put all their focus on a certain thing called a store, which is where they make their money. So I think them adding the evolutions for their eyes was the perfect time so they can have some sort of distraction. Because if they never had evolutions, this boycott thing probably would have started a lot sooner than it did, because this game has been diabolical for the whole year. Team Year was a mess. The Black Friday promo is pretty good. But obviously there's a reason for that, because Black Friday, obviously, you know, you get your store packs or whatever else, and obviously people are going to the game, and I mean even then Black Friday is meant to be like a discount thing. They didn't do anything like that. Anyways, yeah, I mean there's not really much else with that, to be honest. Now obviously the gameplay, we could talk about that for the whole day, sorry. It's a mess, and I barely touch it. I only play the foot champs when I can. There was a period this year I didn't play foot champs for I think nearly 2 months, I think it was, to be fair now, which is something that's unheard of for my sake anyways, at least. But obviously I've been playing during team of the season, and it's just like, it's a chore. That's the sad thing. It's a chore. It's not something that you hop onto a game and actually enjoy playing it. You generally don't, and I don't in myself, and it's really, really, it drains you. That's the thing. It drains you. And it's not like I'm playing this game every single day for me to feel like that, because I'm taking my breaks. I'm here. I obviously record now on a Friday. I didn't touch the game on Thursday or Wednesday, sorry. So to be off for 2 days, come back in and still feel like ugh. And that's not even touching gameplay. That's literally just looking at the content itself, to be honest now. Obviously there is the free pack, which is nice, and that's why I spent for like the hour or so just opening free packs. But content wise, no, it's not it, bro. They need to revamp that. Next year will be an important year, I guess, for that, but we say that every single year, to be honest now. But surely they cannot go on with the same sort of thing they did this year, and a bit of last year too, I think, with the store. Oh, with the store, sorry, the store they'll probably be the same, but SBC content, you know what I mean, that's one thing I really, really hope they change on that, because I see like 81 times 100s in the store, and I think to myself, they can't do that as an SBC. No, I mean the hype wise is so different as well, by the way, in terms of if they release the 81 times 100 as an SBC and instead of a store, and let's just say put in the title for both scenarios, the SBC one is going to be so much more hyped about it. 1,000,000%, by the way, on that as well too. I can back that with anything. But unfortunately, put in the store and it's not as hyped. I generally don't remember a time where they release something in the store and my viewers show up with by a couple of hundred. SBCs, it does that, but in terms of store, it never does. And there's a reason, because obviously people focus on SBCs, and if they could actually put their focus on that instead of the store, there could be actually some sort of a difference in terms of how I feel with content, along with other people too, of course. But every time I stream 6 p.m. content and check the content, it's practically nonsense, which is a sad thing. I mean, I didn't plan to talk for 25 minutes there, to be fair now, but obviously it's a big discussion. I would talk more about it too. But that's really why it is. That's where I stand, of course, on it too. And yeah, man, it's a bit sad. Obviously this year has kind of made me realize that, like, obviously on a personal level, trying to make this full time, I can't rely on content, because if I'm trying to make a full time and stream this game with the content they're releasing, oh boy, if I to say I could be full time with that, it's delusional. And that's being light, to be honest. Now that's being real soft. I think a stronger word's needed for that, but I don't know, man. We'll see what they do with it. But I don't have the biggest hopes, but I hope the boycott thing can go to a level where EA actually listen, like they did for the Pro Club sort of thing, where they actually came up with a response. But will they do with this one, with something they actually make a lot of money? It comes down to EA though. They have to decide whether it's actually the morale of it or the money of it. And if you think of EA, you think of money. So it will be very, very if they decide to pick the morale side of it over the money, I will be the most surprised man, I think, ever. And it's a sad thing to say, because I wish one day we can actually have that as the outcome, but I don't know, man. We'll see. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are in the scenario with the two. And before you, I know someone's gonna probably try to say, oh, it's only a video game, which you're right, it is only a video game, but obviously this is something that I'm trying to make some more of a career out of. So obviously, if this game could actually get a bit better, that would be ideal for me. So and obviously for people's experience too, to actually enjoy playing a game and not having to fucking go through fucking torture. But yeah, no, that's the end of it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Drop a like, comment down below. I really want to hear your thoughts on it too, in terms of what you think about the game, what you think needs to be changed, or you know, what's your stance on the boycott thing or whatever else it is with it. Yeah, but yeah, drop a like, subscribe as well if you are brand new into here as well. That would be obviously helpfully. That would be very much helpful. And I will see you next time. Peace out. Bye guys.